Hi Dania. Hello everybody. How are you? How's everything going today? Yes, I am doing good. I'm doing great actually. I hope you can hear me loud and clear. It's good to be back. It's good to see you again. Let me just open the PowerPoint presentation in another tab on the browser. And I think we are almost set, almost good to go. We have 3.5 minutes left before the start of this webinar. So I'll just, we'll just wait a couple of minutes more for people to join this event. I can see that we have 5 participants already online. Hello, Silva. Great to see you again. Hi, hello. Hello, Chishita. Hello, Lufilia. Thanks for joining this event. I'll just wait maybe a couple of minutes more, 2 or 3 minutes before introducing myself and before starting the presentation. I can see that people are still joining the room, so I'll give it time. It's still kind of early. Okay, it's 11 a.m. local time in Milan. I think we are almost ready to go. 17 participants already inside the room. I'll just introduce myself for those of you in the audience who don't know me, because maybe it's the first time that we meet, even virtually, but it's the first time. My name is Alberto Zannetti, and I am International Mobility and Recruitment Officer at IULM University in Milan. It's my pleasure to be here today together with you. It's a beautiful sunny day today in Milan. I am currently broadcasting from my house, as you can see from the rather informal clothing and the, well, very informal background that I have behind me. But at this very moment, we are still working from distance. It's going to be like this for 1 week more. And then starting from next week, April 26th, we will go back to our office. But never mind, I don't want to rush too much. I will tell you more about this situation during my presentation. So I guess it's almost time to start my screen share. It's 2 past 11, so I think we are good to go. 19 people inside the room. So I'll start my screen share right now, and I will take you to this virtual journey inside IULM University. Okay. First of all, I would like to start with a bit of history about the university, just to give you an idea about the dimension and the background, the heritage of our university. IULM was first established in 1968, and despite its relatively young age, because uh, as you are probably wondering right now, well, this is not an old university in the traditional European sense of the word. So you shouldn't be misled about just the year of foundation, 1968, because despite its young age, our university was able to establish itself quite soon, quite easily, as the reference point, the benchmark in the field of communication, in the field of foreign languages, tourism and hospitality, and the promotion of cultural heritage. I'll tell you more. As a matter of fact, our university was founded in 1968 as a state-of-the-art language school. So the original focus of IULM University was on languages and interpreting, including simultaneous interpreting and conference translation. Then, within a span of just 20 years, the university was able to establish itself as the benchmark for communication studies, as we launched the very first course, degree course in corporate communication and public relations in Italy, as you will see during this presentation. And nowadays, it is fair to say that IULM University is probably the leading Italian university in these fields of study. So communication, foreign languages, tourism, cultural heritage, media, and television. Our institution is organized into three faculties: the Faculty of Communication, the Faculty of Interpreting and Translation, and the Faculty of Arts and Tourism. We are a private university, a private not-for-profit university, which means that we are able to reinvest every year the tuition fees that we collect from the students, and we are able to launch new courses, to give new services, and to build new facilities for the students. We have a very strong relation with the job market, as you will see in a minute, but we are also research oriented, and research is carried out in our departments, which are inside the faculties and are places where our applied research take place. I'm going to give you numbers about our university so you have a better understanding of our positioning in the Italian higher education system. We are not a very big university. We are not a huge university, as you can see. We just have 7,000 students with a very good students to teaching staff ratio. We have nearly 300 teaching staff members. The direct consequence of having just 7,000 students is that you will experience a very intimate, a very personal approach if you become a student at IULM University. The fact that we only have 7,000 students, of which 20%, if we take into consideration courses held in English, is international, gives us the possibility to approach each and every international student with a very, up close relation. As a matter of fact, if you enroll at IULM University, you will never be considered as just a number, as just a matricular number, but you will have a face, you will have a surname and a name, and our staff will always be very, very attentive to your needs from day one of the application process until the last day of graduation. So as I told you before, if we take into consideration nearly 20 students are employed. This number grows year by year as we are enlarging our international dimension. We have a very American-style campus, something that you don't usually see in Italy and in Europe. I will tell you more in a minute, but just for you to have an idea, we have 7 buildings, all of them included in the same area, a 65,000 square meters campus with one dedicated subway station right in front of the main gate of the university. As far as rankings are concerned, we are, well, honestly, we are pretty well ranked when it comes to the teaching, for example, the engagement of the teaching staff. As you can see, we were ranked #1 in Italy and #4 in the European Union for engagement of the teaching staff, according to Times Higher Education in 2019. And in 2020, we were ranked #3 in Italy among private mid-sized universities, according to Censis National University Rankings. For those of you who don't know Censis, it is nowadays regarded as the most important and the most influencing national rankings of universities in Italy. We are based in Milan, as I told you during my introduction. And being based in Milan is probably one of the best advantages about our university. Just think about it. If you become a student at IULM, you will have the possibility to discover the Italian lifestyle at its best in a city which is widely recognized as the economic, the financial capital and the multicultural capital of Italy. Of course, Rome is the political capital of Italy, but when it comes to finance, when it comes to events, and also when it comes to multiculturality and the presence of multinational companies on the territory, Milan is without any kind of doubt the place to be. So you will experience heritage. You will have the chance to visit the museums that we have in the city, take part in hundreds of events, including fashion events, because Milan is the capital of fashion in Italy. You will experience the fine living, and for those of you who are into sports, well, Milan is also the capital of sports in Italy. Just to give you an idea of the two main soccer teams that we have in the city, Inter Milan and AC Milan. So, it really is the place to be. And we should never forget that Milan is in Lombardy. And Lombardy is always a great choice if you want to study abroad in Italy. It is normally regarded as one of the richest regions in the European Union. It is normally ranked in the top 20 for GDP per capita. For example, in 2018, Lombardy was ranked among the top 20 regions, not countries, regions in the European Union, according to GDP per capita. And It's always a great place to find a job after graduation. And it's also interesting that it is a place where you can stay 12 months after graduation, because if you graduate from IULM University, like any other university in Italy, you get the chance to extend your permit to stay for extra 12 months after graduation in order to find placement or to enroll in another degree course, in another study program. As I told you a couple of slides ago, our university truly has an international dimension. Not only because we have 150 plus partners worldwide, but because we are an Erasmus program C. So if you enroll as a student, you will have the chance to experience a semester or even 12 months abroad as an exchange student in one of our partner universities. We offer internship abroad program and thesis research abroad to our students. Now, a few words about career and job placement. Maybe you should know, you should be aware of the fact that in Italy, IULM University is often referred to as the job university or the internship university. So we have this nickname, which is honestly more than just a nickname, because we have more than 1,400 partner companies, not just based in Italy, but also multinational companies, able to help us with research projects and learning projects for our students. We have one startup incubator right inside the campus, and we offer internships to our students. Matter of fact, 95% of the degree programs that we have offer a mandatory internship to our students. So you simply cannot choose whether or not you want to do the internship during the final part of your last year of studies. You have to, you must do the internship. And most of the times, our students, graduates, are able to transform this internship period into a regular paid job because we have a very, very good placement ratio. We can also offer counseling to our students, peer tutoring. Our degree programs, all of our degree programs have a peer tutor able to listen to the students' needs and to give you advice during your career. And we have a wide range of services for disabled. I told you about IULM campus. Well, our campus is probably the real, it is the main feature, the main character of today's presentation. Um, it's an American style campus. We like to call it an American style campus because all the buildings of the university are included in the same area. Okay, so you don't need to take the public transportation and to reach another building within the city boundaries where you should attend your classes. We don't have classes which are scattered all around the city, like like it happens in other Italian universities, which have many buildings all around the city, and you are you're kind of forced to jump on to public transportations and rush from one place to the other, and you're always out of time. Nothing like that. Our campus has all the activities within the same place. And we are very close to the city center, just 10 minutes away from Duomo and all the city landmarks by subway. We have three on-campus cafeterias, one public park inside the campus. Think about it. A lot of services for the students. And believe me, every room, every place is within walking distance. I'm gonna show you a few pictures so you have a sense, you can feel it, okay? This is IULM Building 1. This is the main building of the university. We even have two pools. Okay, you're not supposed to dive into two pools, but that is a place where during spring and summer, all the students gather, they sit together all around the pool, and they exchange ideas, they revise materials for their exams. So this courtyard that you can see in front of the building is the beating heart of our university. It is usually full of students. This is the public park I told you about. We call it the Rose Garden, and it's right in the middle of the campus. This is also a gathering place for students. This is one of the main rooms of the university. This is the auditorium room where we have our opening ceremony for the academic year. And this is also the place where we invite our special guests to do their lectures, like Nobel Prizes, film directors, you know, all big events take place into this room. This is one of the three cafeterias I told you a minute ago. Um, Actually, this is the place where I have lunch every day when I'm on campus, when I do my job on campus. And believe it or not, I'm going to tell you this piece of information because it is honestly unbelievable. I was skeptic myself when I first heard about it, but the food that is provided in this cafeteria is actually supervised by an external supervisor who happens to be a Michelin star chef in Milan. So I know this sounds crazy, but if you have lunch in this cafeteria, the food, which actually comes at a reasonable price, so it's not rocket science, it's not something that you cannot buy. It is actually supervised by a Michelin star chef in Milan. Just to give you an idea of the level of IULM University and just to give you a hint of what you can expect from our institution, the level of services that we have. And this picture, honestly, my favorite, this picture was taken before the pandemic. This is a typical lecture at IULM University. So as you can see, it's not the traditional, you know, face-to-face with the professor lesson when you just sit down and take notes and you shut up and listen to the professor. Our lectures are interactive. They're like group works, especially at graduate level. And you have the chance to interact with your peers, with your colleagues, and to listen to different ideas. I don't want to stop too much on the Italian education system because I presume that the majority of you who joined this webinar today already had some information about the Italian education system, at least because maybe you are interested in studying in Italy. But just for you to have extra information, here in Italy we have 13 years of schooling from the first year of primary school until the end of secondary school, so the high school diploma. The minimum threshold in order to access the Italian higher education system is 12 years. And after high school, we have undergraduate programs, the bachelor's degrees, which last 3 years. After the bachelor, you basically get to choose. You can go on with a 2-year master's degree or enter a 1-year master program. What's the main difference between the two programs? It's easy. The 1-year master programs are more job oriented. So they are specifically designed for people who are searching for an immediate placement, or maybe for people who already have a job, because maybe their family already run a business, so they want to take over the business and continue the family tradition. On the other hand, the 2-year master's degree is more academia oriented. Of course, there is practice, but it's longer because it's 2 years, and it can be the pathway to a PhD if you want to continue your studies. The good news is IULM University is able to offer you the whole spectrum of programs. So from undergraduate, from bachelor's degrees until PhDs. Well, we only have two PhDs at this moment, but we do offer them in our academic offer. I want to also spend a few words about the pandemic because I think that we are still in a pandemic situation, and so it could be useful for you, to just keep an eye on what we did during the COVID-19 crisis, especially during the hardest part of the crisis. So we are now referring to 2020, last year especially. So our contribution towards the improving of the pandemic situation was crucial. As a matter of fact, we were amongst the first universities in Italy and one of the first universities in Lombardy, to be honest, to immediate switch from in-presence lectures to online lectures. Uh, it was amazing because we were able to switch from from in-presence to online classes within just 3 days. So on Friday evening, we learned that the pandemic was, running wild in Italy. On Monday morning, our classes were already online. We immediately increased on-campus security with extra sanitation provided, and all the information regarding the pandemic situation were immediately translated into English overnight. So nobody in the campus was left behind. Everybody was able to retrieve all the information at whichever moment they wanted to. We were able to offer, and we still offer, psychological counseling and mindfulness sessions for our students, along with virtual meetings with our peer tutors, and a series of webinars on stress management and how to cope with distance learning techniques. So we basically were able to cover all the students' needs, and we made sure from day one of the emergency situation that all of our students were, well well supplied with up-to-date information, and no one could ever feel stranded or abandoned by the university. But this was the past, okay? Speaking about tomorrow, because of course we are projected into the future, what I can tell you today is April 19, so I think I can anticipate excellent news for you today, because it's not official yet. So I'm just giving you a sort of sneak peek because you are with me today. But as I told you at the beginning of this webinar, while we were doing chit chat before starting the presentation, on April 26th, so next Monday, Italy will start gradually reopen again all places, all public places, including universities and schools, which means that starting from next Monday, we will be able to go back to our office premises, and our students will be invited back to campus to attend their classes, to attend their courses in person, in presence. And I think that words cannot describe the sensation, the feeling that I have while I am giving you this information live today. It's really a sense of joy because after more than 15 months of fighting, of hard working from home, of endless meetings and weekend working as well, I can finally tell you that we have 90% chances of giving you the full in-presence experience of IULM University if you become a student and if you begin your studies in September, October 2021. And I couldn't be happier to give you this information live today. So if you are planning to apply, we hopefully we will, meet and greet you in September on campus, like we used to do before pandemic. And as you can see, I have a huge smile on my face while I'm telling you this, because it's been 15 months of hard work and dedication, and I waited for this news for a long time, and my team as well. But without further ado, let's move into the core part of this presentation, that is the academic offer. So what can you study at IULM University if you become a student? Let's start with the bachelor's degrees. We have one course which is entirely held in English language, that is corporate communication and public relations, as you can see in the bottom part of the screen. I will tell you more about this course in a second. I will just mention now the courses that we have held in Italian language. In case some of you have a proficiency, certificate of Italian language, you can also apply for these courses if you're interested. We have interpreting and communication, modern languages for digital humanities, which is a new course, a brand new course, which is still pending for approval from the Ministry of Education, which should come at the end of April, but it's a new course due to start in September. Then we have corporate communication and public relations, the Italian version of the program, which, by the way, was the very first course, as I will tell you in a second. Communication, media, and advertising, tourism management and culture, arts, media, and cultural events, and fashion and creative industries. But of course, the highlight of today's presentation is the academic offer in English language, because you come from a bilingual country, we can say an English-speaking country. So I presume that you are interested in our academic offer held in English language in first place, right? So corporate communication and public relations was the first course on public relations to be ever established in Italy. Yes, sir, you heard it right, the very first one. So we are talking about a milestone. We are talking about state of the art here. It's a 3-year, 180 credits course. As you can see, we have a perfect ratio between teaching staff members coming from the academia and teaching staff members coming from the job market, the world of work. 65% of graduates able to find a job within 1 year from graduation, which is actually one of the best results in the study field of communication in Italy. If you become a student of this program, you will have a solid preparation on economics and management. You will be able to evaluate the impact of media on social and cultural systems, and you will gain highly specialized knowledge on communication procedures, as well as an enhancement of personal skills and motivation. We also have the 2-year master's degrees. 2-year master's degrees, as I told you before, are more academia oriented, but they are the ideal solution if you are searching for a perfect mix between theory and practice and training. We have 2 courses completely held in English: strategic communication, hospitality and tourism management. I will tell you more about these two courses in a second. Just a few words about the courses that we have held in Italian language, which are kind of a natural continuation of the academic offer that we have in English. Sorry, the academic offer that we have at bachelor level. So these courses are the natural continuation of the courses that we offer at undergraduate level. We have specialized translation and conference interpreting. We have television, cinema, and new media, marketing, consumption, and communication, artificial intelligence for business and society, which is a brand new course due to start in October, still pending for approval, coming at the end of the month, art, valorization, and market. But of course, let's talk about the two programs that we have entirely taught in English. First one I'm going to mention is strategic communication. Well, when we talk about strategic communication, we should, well, first of all, I think I should tell you a story about this program. You know, when you create a new degree program in the Italian higher education system, what professors usually do is they gather together, they do an assembly, and they discuss. They discuss which subjects are worth putting into a study plan. And usually they take these decisions on their own. So it's professors' decisions, it's teachers' decision. What happened when we created this master's degree in strategic communication is exactly the opposite. So we took a survey and we involved in this survey a wide number of partners that we have in the job market. And we asked them, which are the profession, which are the working experts, the figures that are nowadays most required in the field of communication studies. And according to the results of this survey that we took across this huge number of partners that we have, the result was the study plan for strategic communication. So it was a bottom-up process, completely the opposite from any other degree program that you can find in the same field in Italy. It's a 2-year, 120 ECTS program. If you become a student, you will be definitely able to cope with the digital evolution in the field of communication, and you will be also able to use big data and algorithm, which is the next big thing, in order to do your job. Practice first, then theory. This is one of the mottos of this degree program. It's a double degree opportunity, which means that if you enroll, you can choose to do the second year of your studies in one of our partner universities abroad. For this degree program in particular, we have two agreements, one with Cardiff Metropolitan University in the UK, and another agreement with Huddersfield University in the UK as well. So at the beginning of the program, you will be able to get 2 degrees at the same time. A degree in strategic communication from IOLM University in Milan and a degree in strategic communication from our partner university in the UK. This slide is really special because we decided to gather together the most important, the most influencing partners that we have in the program for strategic communication. So the member of the advisory board of strategic communication come from these companies. And our internships for strategic communication can be carried out in one of these companies. Just have a look yourself. These are big players. We have Samsung, Coca-Cola, Vodafone, Pirelli, Ferrero. All of them are state-of-the-art companies worldwide. The second master's degree that we have, entirely held in English, is Hospitality and Tourism Management. And I get the chills every time I speak about this master's degree because this one is also very big. This one is huge, honestly. It's a double degree opportunity with UCF, University of Central Florida, with the Rosen College of Hospitality and Management, which means that if you enroll, you can choose to spend the second year of your studies in Orlando, United States, and get the same degree in hospitality also from UCF. You know, and I should just stop here, because it could be enough about this degree program because UCF is currently one of the top hospitality schools in the United States. But there is more. 60% of the faculty coming from the academia, 40% top managers from the tourism industries. It's really an excellent mix between theory and practice, one of the most innovative master's degrees in hospitality and tourism management that we currently have in Italy. You will be able to understand the challenges of tomorrow because we have a dedicated path, a dedicated curriculum about sustainable tourism, and you will be able to use digital technologies and big data for managing your hospitality business. In case you are not interested in taking the second year abroad, you can still have the possibility to do a semester abroad, just a semester abroad in one of our partner universities worldwide. Then we have the one-year master programs. You remember the difference between the two-year master's degrees and the one-year master programs I told you at the beginning of this presentation. These programs are specifically designed for people who already have a job or people who are searching for an immediate path toward the job market. 5 of them are entirely held in English language. Communication for International Relations, International Communication, International Tourism and Hospitality, International Marketing and Sales Communication, Museology, New Media, and Museum Communication. And the last 2 of this list are executive programs, so they are specifically designed for people who already have a job experience. And the very last one, Museology, is completely online, so it can be carried out also from home. I decided not to include any further specification about the one-year master programs, so you will not find anything related to the admission criteria or the tuition fee about the one-year master programs, because these programs have their own regulations, and it would be maybe too long to speak about each and every program in detail. In case you're interested, we can put you in contact with our host for today, New York Study Center, and we will be very happy to give you further information about these one-year programs. As far as the admission requirements for the 3-year bachelor's degrees are concerned, we usually ask for a high school diploma with at least 12 years of schooling, as I told you before. That is the minimum requirement. As far as language is concerned, we ask for B2 level of English or Italian, in case you are interested in studying the Italian language. If you don't have a certificate of English, you shouldn't be worried about that. You can have the chance to take our internal English assessment test. I'm not going to stop too much on the steps of the application process because you can always rely on our partner, Europe Study Center. But overall, the application process will be completely smooth because our partner is well prepared about application to Italian universities and applications to IULM University in particular. Admission to two-year master's degrees is regulated almost in the same way. The only two differences, of course, are related to the fact that you need to have a bachelor's degree in a field related to your chosen program. That goes without saying. And you should show good knowledge of the topics related to your chosen program and a good motivation, because another huge difference is the admission test. On the one hand, we have bachelor's degrees who have a written test, computer-based, which can be administered from distance. On the other hand, we have two-year master's degrees, which normally have an interview, which can be done live or pre-recorded. And we are now in the final part of this presentation, tuition fees and financial opportunities. As I told you at the beginning of this webinar, our university is a private university, so the tuition fee is slightly more expensive if you compare it to a public university. Nevertheless, we have still competitive fees. For the bachelor's degrees, we ask for 8,400 euros per year, divided into 3 installments. First one is to be paid when you complete your online enrollment, so when you accept your offer from the university. Second one is to be paid in December, and the third one is to be paid in March of the following year. For the 2-year master's degrees, the tuition fee is 9,800 per year, again, divided into 3 installments. The good news is that we have a number of financial aid opportunities for talented students. In order of appearance, but not in order of importance, because all 3 of them are very important, we have a 100% reduction on first-year tuition fees, up to 100% reduction on first-year tuition fees, based on merit requirements. So if you have a high school final score or a bachelor's final score of 85, or even better, 90 out of 100 or above, you may be eligible for this reduction. Or in case you have a high school living diploma or a bachelor's degree with a final score of 70 out of 100 or above, you may be eligible for a 50% tuition fee reduction, again, based on merit. These reductions are limited, so we have a limited number of tuition fee reductions that we can grant to the students. So the sooner you apply, the higher chances you get to be granted this reduction. And last but not least, the Dsu Regional Scholarships offered by the local government of Lombardy, with grants up to 4,500 euros per year, in some cases with accommodation and free meal included if available. These scholarships are granted on merit and family income criteria and can be combined with tuition fee reduction. I thank you again very much for your time and dedication and for joining this session. And I hope to see you soon next time with another webinar about IULM University. Thank you very much. Have a great evening and take care. Bye-bye.